Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of
Wack in the World. My name is Lee Jun. I'm a first year student studying economics, and I'm from Malaysia. And I'm an operations associate at WAC.
Yeah, my name is Pim. I'm the first year student studying econs, and I'm from Thailand. I'm from the liaison team.
Hi, my name is Isabella. I'm a first year student studying Morse. I'm a publications associate at WAC, and I'm from Indonesia.
Being part of WAC has been obviously an amazing experience for all of us. So, I guess everyone's favorite WAC highlight from this.
Personally, for me, I enjoyed the aquarium trip with my WAC family because we went to Birmingham to watch a lot of fishes and also ate the Malaysian food, which is very nice. How about you?
I really enjoyed the big brain quiz event that we had. Because there was some really creative team names, and we had bubble tea for the winners, which was amazing.
For me, it was definitely hanging out with my WAC family. Pim is my WAC sister, and just getting to know our parents, and finding out all the gossip about each other. Yeah.
We share about each other's love life.
Yeah.
Cool. So, the next question is first large-scale event this year, hosting the Embassy engagement session. How was your experience planning it?
So sadly, I wasn't able to attend the Embassy's engagement session, but in terms of planning it, I guess operations had quite a large role, and I was in charge of procurement. So there were a few, bumps along the way, but I had a great boss Ryan. So thanks to him, it was a really good experience. Challenging but rewarding.
For me, I took the role of table IC, so I was facilitating the networking session for the Singapore High Commission. Sadly, because the Thai embassy wasn't there, but I enjoyed a lot. The Singapore High Commissioner was very nice. He was really friendly, and he really made us laugh a lot. If you are the person in that room, the other table was wondering why we are laughing so much. Yeah. How about you?
I think I really enjoyed getting to work with other departments because before that, most of my experience in WAC has just been with my family or within my own department, and I was working as a table IC for the event, so it gave me a chance to do kind of a new role outside of my own publications role. So I learned quite a few new skills and experiences from that.
So on that point about working with other departments, I guess for everyone their own departments, how has it been?
For me, I am in the liaison team, so of course you have to find money to sponsor WAC, and I've been spectating my heads and my coordinates do pitching for the companies and have been searching for the potential sponsor for us. So it's been quite fun and very it allows me to learn a lot more about people and all. Yeah. How about both of you?
I really enjoy working with other Southeast Asians because here it's mostly British people, but whenever I go to WAC, I always get to work with people who can speak Indonesian like me, and we can always talk about culture or food that we miss from home. And specifically in publications, we're quite a small team, just 4 people, so we can always share what we're thinking with each other, what we did during this event or that event. So I think it's sort of a second WAC family in a way. You?
So in contrast, my team was actually pretty big. Once again, shout out to my boss, Ryan Lee. The experience has been quite positive so far. I think everyone has while everyone has their own assigned roles, I think we still help each other on different things, and I guess coordinating all the tasks, while it has been difficult, I think the rewarding part is pushing through all of that and making the ES possible.
Oh, by the way, guys, recently my publications associate, Lynn, so she published an article on culture shocks. So in case you're interested, you can always read it on our WAC website, and there's a bite-sized of it on our WAC Instagram. Topic of culture shock, what kind of culture shocks have you experienced?
Personally myself, I don't usually cook at home. So coming here, rather than having a culture shock, is a shock of transition moving into university. And I have to like cook myself, and it has been a tough time. Yeah. How about you?
Okay, so I guess something for me would be because my flatmates are huge sports fans. I thought like that I would also try to get into like football like they do, but it's been honestly very tiring because they not only support their own team, they also watch other teams play as well as other leagues play. So they're really hardcore in that sense, and it's just way more than what I'm used to. So that's the culture shock, I guess, in my part.
For me, the culture shock is like their attitude towards the weather. Like even now in -1 degree, you can see people wearing just jumpers and shorts outside. Like there's legit frost on the grass, and people are wearing flip-flops. And yeah, it's quite different.
Yeah, I guess like my hand was frozen and my friend was saying it's just chilly, you know. When we were walking to the car, I was wearing my jumper and he was wearing a short sleeve, and I'm like, this dude is of another species.
My flatmate said the same thing. It was sub 10 degrees and he said it was autumnal. Bro, this ain't autumn.
They say it's gonna get worse in February.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. As if it isn't bad enough.
Oh, speaking of like all the Angmo, okay, like the Western people, you know how they speak here, right? It's so much different. Like for example, they say hops instead of stove. You have any interesting story about that?
Because I grew up in an international school, so I've always thought that my slang would just be very Western as well. But there's like a lot of things that they say differently compared to what I say as well. Like they would say like things like the mandem, and I'm like, what's that? Or they would say things like lang, peng, and I would just be like, what's all of that? And I would just have to, I'm picking up a lot of slang now, but yeah, I still stick true to some of my roots.
Yeah, for me personally, although I'm Thai, I actually grew up in Singapore. Like I spent my high school years in Singapore. So coming here, I tend to have this like Singlish word in my head, like angmo, or like all those words. And then when I say to the people here, they'll be like, dude, what are you saying? And I tend to naturally code switch. When I speak to my Singaporean friend, I have a different accent, and then when I speak to the Angmo friend, I have somewhat fake Angmo accent. But yeah, that's cool. How about you?
For me, yeah, it's definitely towards the accent. Like the terms I can still sort of relate, but the accent sometimes I just have to ask them to repeat it like 10 times and I still don't get it. It's a different language you have to learn, guys.
Especially there's like from different regions and they have different accents.
Yeah.
Like West London, East London. It's like for us like Malaysians, it's like at least for Malaysia, like everything really just sounds the same.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for them it's like the northern, the southern accent.
Yeah, it's so hard. And the Hoover. I was like, what's the Hoover?
Call it vacuum.
Just vacuum cleaner, dude. Yeah, but cool. I gotta learn. Let's move on. So, oh yeah, one more culture that can be a culture shock is the drinking culture here. So what do you guys think about the UK drinking culture in the social setting here?
So I'm not really much of a drinker. But I guess like it's really common for them to have a drink with a meal. I guess like not in the flat setting, but when they go out for a meal, like I'm much more of like I rather drink like Coca-Cola rather than have a beer with my meal. But for them it's like it's commonplace, and they would just ask you, if you want to grab a pint, and I'm just like, I don't really feel like it.
Oh, okay. How are you?
For me, it is quite different because like Indonesia is quite conservative drinking because we're a Muslim majority country. I remember I went into my flat once at 1 a.m. and then I asked my flatmate, oh, you're still awake? And he's like, I literally just opened a can of beer. I'm gonna stay awake for a lot longer. But I think it's actually quite fun. It's quite freeing. It's a very different perspective. Like in Indonesia, it would be like drinking is completely bad. But here, like, it's a way to loosen yourself up. Like, it's a way to enjoy hanging out with your friends. So I think it's different, but like not necessarily good or bad. It's their way of drinking.
Yeah, like usually in Thailand, we would go to like cafe to grab like a cup of coffee and drink and like talk. But then here you'd be like, oh, want to grab like a glass of beer or a pint of beer and then hang out. So it's a bit different, but in Thailand, like teenagers these days, they also do drink. So I don't find it much of a culture shock, but yeah, but it's just different because some of the conservative people in Thailand still thinks that drinking is not that good. And for example, my parents was asking me to drink less. So yeah, I like it, but probably my parents don't. But it's okay.
And the people here, they drink a lot. You can drink a lot more than.
Oh no.
Maybe
Yeah.
not you, but
Yeah.
definitely for me, they drink so much more.
Oh
They
yeah.
need to pre-drink before even drinking.
I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I love free drinking. Very cool. You get to socialize, right? Yeah. So now we have some general questions just for you guys, and yeah. Do you have any interesting plans for the Christmas break?
So I'm actually going back home this break. I'm going back to Japan, where I lived prior to coming to the UK. So after going back, I'll be going to Tokyo on a trip with my friends. So I'm looking forward to that, and maybe we'll go skiing if possible.
Oh, that's cool. How about you?
My family's actually coming here.
Oh.
So we're renting a car and we're just gonna drive around the UK, and we're also going to see the Northern Lights. I'm probably gonna have to like study on the way though, cause exams.
Oh, yeah.
More student.
Yeah, tough time. Yeah, but my plan for the Christmas break is just to be staying here or like probably going to like other cities to visit other friends, and yeah, see how we can plan out some party for Christmas. Yes. Okay, next question, last question. So your term 1 is ending soon, like this week. What's your greatest takeaway for term 1?
Try everything, meet everyone, just like make the most of your time here. You're paying a lot. If you're an international student, or like even if you're a domestic student, you're paying a lot to be here. Try to learn as much as you can, like enjoying a lot of activities like our WAC events, please come to them. And like if you're taking like a 3-year degree, then you're only having 9 terms. Once you're done with 1 term, you're already like 11% done with your degree. So really try to make the most of your time here, is what I would say I took away. Hey guys?
You can go first.
Okay, my greatest takeaway, I would say that I'm actually like an introvert, so I don't really dare to talk to anyone. But then once I like come here and I start to socialize with like all the WAC people, like the very first few person I met is like my WAC family, Lisa, my mother. Shout out to her. Yeah, like I just realized that everyone isn't really nice, and I just have to like open up and talk to everyone, like what she says. Like just gotta try everything, and like I think time management is really important. You can party and have a good grade, just meet the time management. So yeah, I think I have to work on that too if I want to do both things and make the most of my time here. Yeah.
My greatest takeaway is don't overload yourself with too many things, and always bring a bag on a night out, a plastic bag on a night out.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Responsible.
Yeah,
drinker.
responsible. And I guess that's it for our second episode of White and Noel. It's been a pleasure talking to Isabel and Pim, and we hope that the next episode is even better.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, I personally really enjoyed my term 1. I met a lot of new people, and I'm really enjoying my course.
Oh, you do.
Wait, cut the